Or is it purple?
Please take your seats. Act 2 is about to begin.
All right. What is it, changing them bones?
Is that the way to talk about a man's life?
And whose life are you talking about? You talking about the life of the dead man, or are you talking about the life of the murderer?
I want to know who.
Yeah, so do I.
Excuse me, this was a secret ballot.
Look, nobody walked from Remington, but now I want to know.
A secret ballot. On this point, we all agree.
Look,
If the person wants to
no,
remain
lady,
anonymous,
listen
we
to
should
me.
respect.
Sweetheart, listen. There are no secrets here. Besides, I already know who did it. What's wrong with you? You come in here and you're both guilty. And then you listen to this slick preacher over here and you change your vote. That's not the most sickening thing Hold it.
I agree with you that the kid is guilty, but let's be fair.
Oh, hold it. Let's be fair. That's what I'm saying. Look, we're here to put a guilty murderer in the chair. And instead of that, we're listening to this guy's fairy tale.
Now, just a minute.
No, you listen to me. I'm telling you. What?
Let's try to keep this organized. It isn't organized,
All right.
let's try to be civilized.
Excuse me, I would like to say something here. I have always thought that a man was allowed to have unpopular opinions in this country. This is why I came here. I wanted to have the right to disagree.
So now you disagree with me.
Normally I mind, but in this one case, I happen to agree with you. All I am saying is that in my country, and I'm very ashamed to say this, but in my country,
What do we have to do? Listen to your whole history of your country now?
It's always wise to bear in mind what has happened in other countries where people aren't allowed to disagree. We are, so let's stick to the subject.
Yeah, let's stick to the subject. I want to ask you, what made you change your vote?
Yeah, I want to know too. You haven't told us yet.
Well, maybe I did change my vote, because I do. Now get on with it.
Nothing for me to say. There's nothing for him to tell you.
He didn't change his vote, I did.
I was going to tell you, but you were so sure of yourself.
I'm sorry. All right, now you.
Maybe you'd like to know why.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. That kid killed his own father.
Excuse me!
What?
The man wants to speak.
Fine.
Thank you, thank you. This gentleman chose not to stand against us because that's his right. It takes great courage to stand alone, even if you believe in it very strongly. He left the verdict up to us. He gambled on our support, and I took it. I want to know more. The vote is 10-2.
Okay, fine. If the speech is over, let's go on.
If there was anything in the voice paper, I know it's not guilty.
I just don't see what it is.
Neither do I, they're clutching at straws.
As guilty as they get. That's the kid.
Yes, it's that one bird that's holding out. But he'll come around. Fundamentally, he's a very reasonable man.
I guess so.
They haven't presented one real fact yet to support the not guilty verdict.
It is hard, you know.
Yes, yes it is. And what does guilty beyond a reasonable doubt really mean?
What's a reasonable doubt?
Exactly. What is a reasonable doubt? When the life's at stake, you have to have law and order. You have to draw the line somewhere, otherwise everyone will start knifing each other.
Not much doubt here.
Well, too many things, so I wonder why. I really always why.
Well, you do hear stories about how innocent men have gone to jail or death, I suppose, and then years later things turn up.
Yes, but on the other hand, sometimes killers are set free and they go out and do it again. They squeeze out on some technicalities and they murder again.
Hey, look, Val, you know, a couple of minutes ago, things got a little, overheated, you know what I mean? I didn't mean to get nasty about the whole thing, so, yeah, nothing personal, right?
Okay,
Yeah, good talk, look.
supposing you answer me this. If the kid didn't kill him, who did?
As far as I know, we're supposed to decide whether or not the boy on trial is guilty. We're not concerned with anyone else's motive.
I suppose, but who else had a motive?
The father was along in years, maybe an old grudge.
Remember, it is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
So everybody's a lawyer now. Look, why don't you just tell us what your reasonable doubts are?
It's not easy. It's a feeling I have. Just a feeling. Perhaps you don't understand.
No, I don't understand.
A feeling? What are we supposed to do? Talk about your feelings all night here? What about the facts?
Right. Look, the facts. The facts are that the kid screamed out, "I'm gonna kill you." A second later, the old man heard a body at the floor. Then he saw the kid running down the street, leaving the apartment. 15 seconds after that.
Where's the reasonable doubt in that?
That's right, and let's not forget about the woman across the street. She looked out the open window and saw the boy stab his father. She saw it!
Right now, that's not enough for you.
It's not enough for me.
What is it for you? I'd like to know.
How do you like this guy? It's like talking into a dead phone.
The woman, she saw the killing through the windows of a moving elevated train. The train had 5 cars, and she saw the killing through the windows of the last 2 cars. She remembers the most insignificant details.
Right, so what do you say to that?
I don't know. It doesn't sound right to me.
Well, why don't you take a second and think about it? Hey, first thing you and I, we'll play some tic-tac-toe. We need to kill some time. Hey, wait a minute!
Isn't
Who
okay!
do you think you are?
This is a man's life!
I am gonna punch you right in the nose!
I'm not gonna have any fights in here.
It's This isn't a game. Who does he think he is?
Hey,
It's all right. It's all right.
Sit down.
all right. Weren't we talking about elevated trains?
Yes, we were.
So,
Well, how long does it take an elevated train going at top speed to pass a given point?
what does that have to do with anything?
How long would it take? Yes.
I wouldn't have the slightest idea.
Neither would I.
I don't think they mentioned it.
What do you think?
10, 12 seconds maybe?
I'd say that's a fair guess. Anyone else?
I would say 10 seconds, perhaps.
Yeah, 10 seconds, yes.
All right, we're agreed. 10 seconds. What are you getting at?
This. It takes 10 seconds for an elevated train to pass a given point. Now, that point is the window of the room in which the killing took place. You can almost reach out the window of that room and touch the L, right?
Yeah, that's right, that's right.
Also,
All right, well, let me ask you this. How many of you have ever lived next to the L tracks?
I've lived near them.
They make a lot of noise, don't they? I've lived by the L tracks. When the train's going by and the window is open, the noise is almost unbearable. You can't hear yourself think.
Oh, so you can't hear yourself think. Get to the point.
Now, old man downstairs said he heard the boy say,
The boy screamed it.
all right, the old man heard the boy scream, "I'm gonna kill you." And 1 second later, he heard the body fall. 1 second. That's testimony, right? So,
Yeah.
well, when woman across the street said she looked through the windows of the last 2 cars of the L and she saw the body fall, right? cars. Last 2 cars. What are you giving us here? So the L takes 10 seconds to pass a given point. That's 2 seconds per car. Now, the L would have been going by the old man's window for at least 6 seconds, maybe more, before the body fell, according to the woman. Now, the old man said he heard the voice say, "I'm going to kill you," just as the front of the L was roaring past his nose. It's not possible that he could have heard it.
Of course it's possible.
With an L train going by,
Look, the boy screamed it out.
an L train makes a lot of noise.
Oh, it's good enough for me.
It's good enough for me, too.
I don't think he could have heard it.
Maybe the old man didn't hear it. I mean, it's all beyond voice.
Well, what are you doing now? You calling the old man a liar?
No, I just.
Something doesn't fit.
Look, why would he lie about something like that? What does he have to gain?
Attention.
You know what? You keep coming up with these really cute little things, right? You need to get a notebook and write them all down, and then send them into the newspaper. They'll give you $2 for them.
What does that have to do with the man's life? Why might the old man have lied? You have a right to be heard.
It's just that I looked at the old man for a long time. The seam of his jacket was torn under his arm. Did anyone notice that? An old man with a torn jacket. He had 2 canes. I think I know this man better than anyone else here. This was a quiet, frightened, nondescript man who had been nothing in his life. He didn't have anyone record him or have his name in the newspaper. No one knew this man for 75 years. This is very sad. A man like that needs to be recognized. He needs to be listened to. He needs to be asked questions. He needs to have something to say. This is very important.
You're trying to tell us he lied about something like this just so he can be important?
No, he didn't really lie. But perhaps he would make himself, he saw the boy's face and heard him speak.
Wow! That's amazing. I've never heard a story like that before. How can you possibly make something like that up?
I'm not making it up.
You've got to be making it up because nobody would lie about something like that.
The man would make himself believe he told the truth.
Well, actually, what do you know about it?
I speak from experience.
What?
I am the same man.
I think we all understand now. Thank you.
Hey, look, pal. You want to stand out here in front of everybody and call yourself a liar? Well, that's fine with me.
Now that is too much.
What? He just admitted all of us that he's a liar.
I'm not saying he was a liar, he was explaining.
Didn't you just say that you lied?
He was explaining the circumstances so we can understand why the old man might have lied. There is a difference.
Well, you know what? A liar is a liar. That's all there is to it.
Please,
Get off me.
have compassion.
Gentlemen, we have our job and our duty here.
I think they've covered it.
Cough drop?
Hope we have it.
Anybody want a cough drop?
I'll take it.
Come on, let's get on with it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, I'd like to point out something here. I think we proved that the old man couldn't have heard the voice say, "I'm going to kill you."
Well, I disagree.
Let's hear him through anyway.
But supposing the old man did hear the voice say, "I'm going to kill you." This phrase, how many times has each of you used it? Probably hundreds. If you have once more, Junior, I'm going to murder you. Come on, Rocky, him, kill him. We say it every day. It doesn't mean we're going to kill someone.
Don't the circumstances here alter that somewhat?
The old man was murdered.
Yeah, and the phrase was, "I'm gonna kill you." And he screamed it out on the top of his lungs.
The way I understand it.
Now, look, don't tell me that if somebody says something like that, that way, They mean it.
And how? They mean it.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you really think the boy would shout out a thing like that for the whole neighborhood to hear it? I don't think so. He's much too bright for that.
Right. He's a common, ignorant slob. They don't even speak good English.
He doesn't even speak good English.
The boy is covered up.
Mr. Foreman, I'd like to change my vote to not guilty.
Oh, man.
You sure?
Yes, I should.
Okay, then it's 9-3 in favor of guilty.
I'd like to know why you changed your vote.
I think that there's a reasonable doubt.
Where's your doubt?
There's the 9.
Fine. He convinced you, he talked you into believing a fairy tale.
Go on, tell us your reasons.
And then the old man. Maybe he did lie, maybe he didn't. Maybe he just doesn't like the boy.
Well, if that isn't the end,
I think that there's a reasonable doubt.
what are you basing it on? Stories that this guy made up? He ought to write for Amazing Detective Monthly. He'd make a fortune. Listen, the kid had a lawyer, didn't he? Why didn't his lawyer bring up all these points?
Lawyers can't think of everything.
Oh, brother, you sit in here and pull stories out of thin air. Now we're supposed to believe that the old man didn't get out of bed, run to the door, and see the kid beat it down the stairs 15 seconds after the killing?
That's the testimony, I believe.
And the old man swore to this. Yes, he swore to this. Only so he could be important.
Wait, did the old man say he ran to the door?
Ran? What? What's the difference? He got there.
I mean, I don't remember what he said, but I don't see how the old man could have ran.
He said that he went. Yes, I remember now. He went from his bedroom to the front door. That's good enough, isn't it?
Wait, where was his bedroom again?
Oh, it's down the hall somewhere.
Down the hall somewhere. Are we to send a boy out to die because it's down the hall somewhere?
I thought you remembered everything. Don't you remember that?
I don't.
I don't remember either.
Mr. Foreman, I'd like to see a diagram of the apartment, please.
Why don't we have them run the trial over, just so you can get everything straight?
Bedroom is down the hall somewhere. Do you know? Do you know exactly where it is? Please, a man's life is at stake here. Do you know?
Well,
Mr. Foreman, yeah.
Suppose you tell us what this one's for. And while you're at it, why don't you tell us why you're the only one in this room that wants to see the exhibits all the time?
I want to see this one too.
So do I.
Yeah, well, I want to stop wasting time.
Are we going to start wading through all that nonsense about where the body was found again?
No, we're going to find out how a man who's had 2 strokes in the past 2 years and walks with a pair of canes could get to his front door in 15 seconds.
He said 20 seconds.
He said 15.
Look, 15 seconds. How do you know what 15 seconds is? You can't judge a thing like that.
He said 15. He was very positive about it.
He was an old man. You saw him understand. He was confused all the time. How could he possibly be positive about anything? Don't you know?
No, I don't know. Maybe you know?
Do me a favor. Wake me up when this is over.
Oh, man, I looked at that diagram for 2 hours in the courtroom. Enough is enough.
Some of us are interested. Go ahead.
All right. This is the apartment in which the killing took place. Now, the old man's apartment is directly beneath it, and exactly the same. Now, here are the L tracks, the bedroom, another bedroom, living room, bathroom, kitchen, and this is the hall. Here's the front door to the apartment, and here are the steps. Now, old man was in bed in this room. He said that he got up out of bed, went out into the hall, down the hall, opened the front door, and looked out just in time to see the boy racing down the stairs. Am I right?
Correct. Yes.
That's what happened.
15 seconds after he heard the body fall.
Correct. Yes.
Now, the bed's by the window. It's 12 feet from the bed to the bedroom door. Now, old man, the length of the hall is 43 feet, 6 inches. Old man would have had to get up out of bed, get his canes, walk 12 feet, open the bedroom door, walk 43 feet, open the front door, all in 15 seconds. You think this is possible?
You know it's possible.
I don't see why not.
Look, he wasn't in a hurry, he heard it scream.
But he could only move very slowly. Remember how they had to help him into the witness chair?
It sounds like a long way. Look, it's not.
For an old man that carries 2 canes, it is a long walk.
What are you doing?
I want to see how long it would take. I'm going to pace out 12 steps.
No, you can't recreate a thing like that.
Well, perhaps if we could see it. This is a very important point.
No, this is a very big waste of time.
Yeah, I don't see any harm in it. It's totally, go ahead.
All right. Hand me a chair, please.
Look, get out of my way. Hey!
All right. Here is the bedroom door. How far would you say it's from here to the door of this room?
I'd say 20 feet. Yes, no.
20 feet is close enough. Now, from here to the door and back again is about 40 feet, which is shorter than the length of the hall that the old man would have had to move through. Am I right?
A few feet, maybe. This is absolutely insane. What makes you think you can do this?
Well, we can't stop him.
I want to try this thing. According to you, it'll only take 15 seconds. We can spare that. Now, who's better watch with the second hand?
Oh, but I do.
All right. When you're ready, I want you to stamp your foot. That'll be the sound of the body falling.